Hello, my name is Shadley, welcome back for another episode of Anbennar and EU4 as Zurkanrek. In previous episode we managed to get some, well, first of all I believe we lost our entire army around here, first of all, but then we rebuilt it with now pretty much stronger than ever. Actually, we might want to get a bit more of the regimental camps now, especially in places where there's a lot of building slots that are not really in use. So that's going to give us a bit more force limit and thus reducing the upkeep of our army, because we currently have 60 regiments out of 54. So it does increase the cost a little bit, but it's not too bad, all things considered. I'll get these sieges done and then we're going to start moving northwards. So we're going to go for the fort over there. They might go somewhere, or de-sieging some of this area, but I don't know where their armies, quite frankly, are. I mean, we know that they still got about 60,000 men. Oh. Hold on a minute, that's 54,000 now. Well, we do know 5,000 men of that, so that leaves 49,000 unaccounted for. But you know, we got 60,000 men army in here. Like, our army quality is also so much higher that I don't think they can really do much about it. Now, one thing that we do need to worry about is this rebels potentially firing soon enough. I suppose the enemy war exhaustion... Actually, no, they don't have war exhaustion yet. The enthusiasm is very low, because the strength is now in my favor. We are... Well, we made some gains at least. And they've got a lot of stuff occupied and sieged down. But of course, we don't have enough war score to necessarily force them into any larger concessions yet. So we'll just keep sieging down the central lands here until they do give up. Right, so I think what we're going to do over here is we're going to send this one to siege down the fort. We'll send the armies go around, and then we can use the naval barrage to break the walls of this fort from the get-go. Which costs us absolutely nothing, and gives us an extra 21% progress to the siege. So that's not too bad, is it? Oh, the central military is minus 25 for the garrison size overall, okay. That does mean that it's a little bit less work to... Oh, wow. 22-day siege. That's one of the shortest sieges that I've seen in a long while. But there we go, actually. Suppose I could send this one over there. They've got something happening in... Oh, they got some rebellions. But now that we've got the fort over there... Oh, that's where their fleet are. Aha, I got you now. Well, not necessarily yet, but I'm just gonna go ahead and send some of the ships to be repaired. Hopefully they don't go too far. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna cancel that order. Get in here and repair in that fort. Speaking of forts, I sent in troops there. So I'm gonna do the repair things manually over here. I mean, it's not gonna take all that long anyway. Oh, we lost the admiral. Okay, that's a bit unfortunate. I suppose we can just get a new one. Oh wow, 6 shock. Okay, that's pretty darn good fleet, I dare say. Or admiral in there. Not going to do the artillery barrage in there yet. I'm hoping to get the other fleet, or the rest of the fleet in there first. Which, as soon as the... Well, you know, we can send it actually in there. Combine that, and then let's just go ahead and do the artillery barrage. So that's going to flush them out of the port. I am splitting my troops already a little bit, but I think it's going to be warranted. And my goodness, this is a massacre. We didn't capture any ships, but we sank 9 of them. So that's pretty rough for them, I reckon. Are you going to the... Oh, right, you're going for the crossing there, alright. Is there a button to detach all the repair ships? I mean, I suppose what I can do is I can do it manually again. To separate them and then send them in. I suppose now with the armies, what we can do is we can just start moving in here. We separate our troops a little bit, so there's a chance that they can sort of attack us in here. But I think we'll be mostly fine. I'm just going to get rid of this rebellion, and then we can just continue the siege that they have going in there. Especially since we're apparently defending in there. But that's going to be bad for them, that's for sure. Oh, did we already win the siege? Oh, we did. Well, that was quick. That was really quick. Alright, in that case, let's just go ahead and... Oh, that's where the armies are now, at least some of them. Did they move the armies away from that? No, they've got 6,000 men there. And they got some armies over here, so I suppose what I could do with this army is just go around and start hunting down these smaller armies there, while the two larger armies over here are just going to continue along to siege down more forts. There we go, we sank another one of the enemy light ships there. And we got 3 passes through here now, so it's 30% war score. It's still not necessarily enough to make a lot of demands, but I suppose we'll at least ask for that one. I suppose at this stage I'm just going to take the canal over there. And then what else could I take? If I was to take that one, I could build a fort in there, and then that would allow us to force the enemies to siege it down whenever they want to attack into here, assuming that I'm part of the war. I mean, suppose I could... Okay, they're not going to give me more than that in terms of territory necessarily, at least not in there. I suppose we could take something from here. Okay, but if I take that entire state, they're not willing to do that yet. Well, I can wait. Wait the peace deal. We're not really in a bad situation here. We've got 50,000 manpower, we've got fairly good income. A lot better than what the enemies have, that's for sure. These are no longer repairing, so we'll just send out the ships again to recuperate. And I suppose the enemy fleet is probably somewhere in the north. Just going to go after that army directly. And then let's go ahead and start sieging down the fort there. I'm not going to use the barrage anymore. We used enough points during this war doing that. I suppose I could send both of the armies in there, though, to get the +5 from the besieging artillery plus... Okay, we're not going to get that much from the general, to be fair, but it's better than nothing. We got a quick little victory there. We're going to get another quick victory over here before they can siege down anything. That's going to be a stack wipe. And then we'll just go after that one. So now they're down to a lot less troops than what they had at the start of the war. So they've got about 50,000 men total. They lost quite a bit, and plus they're going to lose another one over there. So yeah, that's good for us. There is still the army to the north over there that we might want to take care of. But I might not do that quite yet. How much would it cost the barrage? There's 50 mil points. I'm not going to do that anymore. It's going to cost us plenty of points already. There we go. That's another victorious siege. And then I suppose these... Okay, there's one ship that is slightly damaged. I guess we're just going to go around here. I'm pretty sure that they got their fleet somewhere in here. In which case, I should just go ahead... After we siege down this fort, just go back to the... sure. Sneak past them, I advise. Sure. Since we're secretive, that has probably higher chance of working. Oh, there we go. So that's the 15 ships that they still have. Not necessarily for much longer, I do say. Oh, right, that's 1,000 men there. So they're still sending some troops from places, but again, like, I don't know where exactly the enemy armies are. They're only fighting me, but I haven't seen these Centaur armies in a long while. Like, they must be out of stock somewhere, or something like that. I mean, suppose... Oh, they might be stuck there. We'll have a look at that once we've gone ahead and sieged down these two. And then I suppose we could go ahead and start hunting down this one. But that's probably what happened. Like, they don't have the armies in places where they can fight me. And since they don't have the access through here to anywhere else, that's... Yeah, that must be it. First, we'll wreck their fleet. Then we'll figure out if their armies truly are there. If that's the case, we just go ahead and siege down everything quite easily. There's a little bit of troops there that they're still building. To the north. Sale of titles. Nobility cannot be bought. Get a bit of stability. I don't also need to get any more loan from you. Thank you very much. Do I want to go there? No, not necessarily. I want to keep the armies sort of together. And this is going to be another glorious victory against the enemy fleet. They got a lot of heavy ships, admittedly. Well, they lost one. Oh, we got on... transport from there. Right, so let's go ahead and figure out if their troops truly are in here somewhere, because I suspect that that must be the case, because otherwise they would have had plenty of chances to fight me. Oh yeah, they got 28,000 men there, so that's already one fairly large army that they can't use. I do wonder, though, if I was to get my troops in position... Like, let's get these two armies down here. And then if I get military access from Yakashle, we could probably go ahead and defeat that army there. I mean, it's farmland, so it's going to be a bit bad terrain for us. I'm going to repair the damaged ships. Just going to send them down here again. Because we've got one army over here still doing some sieging. I suppose I could just send this one down south, siege down a little bit more land there, so it's going to be at least slightly closer to the potential battles here. Statesman has died, which is a bit unfortunate. But there's no... Okay, there's a morale of navies, which is not necessarily too bad. It's a bit expensive as an advisor, but our navies do a lot of work. All the spy network would be quite useful as well. I'm going to take that one. And we're going to get the Diplo tech as well. We are still technically speaking ahead of time. So I suppose since we're not full in Diplo points and all that, we can probably wait a little bit. And someone offering me a loan, we don't need that. But yeah, off the 53,000, if they got about half of their army in there, I don't think they have the troops quantity. I mean, they might be able to fight this one army now, somewhere, but I suppose they've also got 6,000 men there. So there's already 34,000 men, so they got like 20-something thousand men somewhere spread out, so that's not really that big of a deal for us. We've got our armies moving through there. We're also sieging down this area. As soon as we're done with that, I'm just going to go ahead and siege down there. I suppose I could... Actually, I'm just going to give you orders to siege that area. We'll do that in the meanwhile while we focus down fighting the enemies there. I suppose we don't need the military access through here anymore, do we? I'm going to cancel that one. And then what's the diplomat? Oh, I suppose we do have a diplomat free already. I'm going to wait for the reinforcements to arrive a little bit closer. Because we can actually support both armies there at the same time. Might as well do that. So as soon as we're ready, we're going to ask for military access over here. And now we can go ahead and fight that out. Oh, you got military access through here, okay. So you're going to move up north to deal some damage there. Oh, the black flags. Oh, they got 14,000 men there as well. Oh, no, it's... Okay, it can go in here. We can fight the bastard maybe in the corner. It's driven in the corner. Okay, this is going to be a victory for us, no doubt. With the amount of artillery that we have and with the better troop quality overall, we are going to win this. I don't know if it's going to be a stack wipe, but it's probably a lot of damage regardless. So now let's just go down this way. I don't know if it's going to be there, but let's see where it's going. No, it's going further south. Okay. Well, in that case, Northeast can go down back there. And what are you willing to give me? A few provinces. No. I'm going to do my own peace deal. Thank you very much. But now that we've got the... Actually, no, we don't have taking war score from the battles yet. We've got a little bit more margin to take provinces. I wonder if we could take... No, we can't take all of that, but getting all of that would be quite nice, actually. Have a small little area there that we can start building from and... You know, a little bit maneuverability and all that. Plus then we can start slowly eating out all of this coastline here. Or maybe, if we don't take that one, I still want to have the crossing point there for sure. We could maybe take a little bit more of this land here. The slowly but surely we're just taking more and more exclaves in here. But, you know, it's still going to be pretty good. Need to get a little bit more war score. I suppose we can siege down these. The troops are now busy with something. I'm not entirely sure where exactly they're going. Oh, they got 29,000 men. Alright. They shouldn't be able to reach here. Not yet, at least. And speaking of reaching there, let's go ahead and bring in the fleets in this area for now. We know roughly where they are. We don't need to worry about it too much. We'll have these troops ready to move out soon enough again. Into the fort, at least. Oh. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go for the fort. Stand there, we've got 35,000 men. They might be going... Oh, actually, that could be a problem. We'll go across here. If they do some de-sieging with their 30,000 men, it's not going to be too bad. Oh, they want to... Okay, they're going to siege down that one. Fair enough. That's another place that we need to build a fort in. Just to make sure that no one else can siege it down quite as quickly. But I have a feeling that that piece... You know what? It's going to go after these armies. We can forget about that siege. I mean, they don't control it either, so it's not going to de-siege anything. 37,000 versus their 30,000. They are moving away. They're moving away from the urban, of course. Oh, right. They are moving just further and further away, actually. No one wants to work. Okay, we lose a little bit of money. It's not too bad. How much... Okay, we are still 3 years ahead of time. We might wait until next year before we take the Diplotech. I mean, it's basically next year already. Oh, that's another colony self-sustaining. I suppose we don't necessarily need the military access over here anymore. We can just cancel that one. Right, are they going to run away? Nope. We're going to have the battle on the grass fields here. We got our armies mostly full. We deal a lot of damage. Oh wow, yeah, we deal a lot of damage. The casualties were in the thousands on all of those sticks. Alright then, now that it's January, I'm just going to get the Diplotech. Gives it a bit more colony growth and all that. Speaking of colonies, we got the colonists free. Let's send it down this way. So that's good. And now I have a feeling that the enemies are willing to take a bit more peace deal. I wouldn't mind getting that one as well. That would be the entire state, I reckon. Okay, so that's again a bit too much. But do we have the ticking wall? No, we don't have the ticking wall score quite yet. We're also on low enthusiasm now. It's a bit of a long war, admittedly, but they lost 102,000 men. I mean, we lost pretty close to the same amount. A lot more in attrition than they have, to be fair. But that was a good victory. Where can we... You know what? I'm just going to split our troops over here a little bit. Siege down a few more points. Ah, they've got the troops coming in from the north again. So this one could also join in the fun once more. I don't know exactly where they are retreating. We'll figure that one out soon enough. Okay, it's going further out. It might be going all the way to the capital, to be fair. So, let's... maybe if we don't take that one, we're going to get a bit of cash to start the fort constructions as well. I suppose that'll be good enough. So, that was pretty good war overall. I mean, a bit of ups and downs, as any good war has. Alright, let's combine these. So we still got only... Well, we did get 15th transport in there at least, so that's good. Let's move one over there and another one over here. So we've got our troops slightly spread out. We might need to get another army to the north now. But there we go, that's a good victory. We could request war rights, but I don't think we need to. Start coring some areas at least. Which does mean that some of the ideas, or the economic ideas will be delayed a little bit. Oh, and I suppose we could upgrade these ships. It's only 3 ships that need upgrading anyway. And can we... Right, since we're not coring this one yet. Actually, no, we are. We're also coring that one. Where else do we have? So we've got one castle there. We could have another castle over here if need be. Or, well, we did build the castle there. We could build a castle over here. We don't actually need to worry about the castles down this way, though. Oh, actually, one thing that I suppose I could do is I could start upgrading a bit more of the fortifications that we already have to level 4. So that will already help at least to some degree. And then we'll have the troops in position. We'll now finally own the crossing. So no one else can do anything about that. Our canal is currently viewed as insignificant. These are your current benefits. So local trade power modifier plus 15, local defensiveness plus 15%, and global modifier plus 1% global trade power. How do we... Oh, it's going to cost us a lot of money, or... Oh, we can bring it down. Alright, I think we need to have it as a core first. It's basically our Venice in there. But yeah, there we go, that was a good victory. Suppose we could also start getting some more claims in them. They got quite a bit of coalition against them. I don't suppose I can join against them in a coalition. No, I mean, we got a truce against them. I suppose they don't have enough accuracy expansion compared to us right now. But regardless, we've weakened them a lot. So in the next war against them, we can take a lot more land over here. Start sort of clearing out a lot of their vessels. And especially if we can get the fortification in here. As soon as the coring is done, we can start working on that one. And of course, this area is also going to be a little bit of a boon for us, no doubt. But there we go. That's how it's done. First you lose an army, and then you win the war. Well, not one army, but 3 armies. And the fleet returns, so we successfully snuck past them. And we traded with 8 ports, so it's another 170. Let's go ahead and get another manufactory then, shall we? I suppose it's a lot of these fur provinces. Go ahead and actually upgrade this one. A little bit more development. Let's get it to a total of 20. That should also increase the amount of money that we'll make from the modifier there. Or the manufacturer. Actually, not really so much from the manufactory. Nobility is not very happy, but I'm going to take the money regardless. So, yeah, it's 20 development. Ah, ship durability plus 10% as well. Excellent. Now, how many ships can we field right now? We could have another 3 ships if need be. Well, we've got quite large fleets. I mean, I suppose this one could be increased to... What's it going to go for 20? It's It's going to be a little bit over the limit, but that's fine. We can also just get another shipyard or two. Maybe one over there at least, and maybe another one over there. Ooh, and I suppose another thing that we could save up some money for is upgrading one of these to level 3. We don't have any level 3 centers for trade yet. But we've used up our golden arrow, but that allowed us to expand quite nicely, so I'm not too fussed about using it. I think it was still a beneficial thing in the end. Cottage industry. Merchant Guilds loses some loyalty, but more productivity in 2 provinces. A bit of unrest as well. Or we can increase their loyalty and influence. Less unrest and more local tax modifier. I'm going to take the extra production. Increase our total development. I mean, we are still not quite a great power again. Like, it's going a little bit up and down. We did gain a decent chunk of new areas in here. Which, of course, once we start building up and all that... I mean, to be fair, not really that much building up in there, but still... We can slowly get more and more influence in here, and this is sort of a preventive measure for the center to have free reign over in here. Like, at this stage, since we've wrecked their fleet once again, I'm pretty sure that a lot of the other nations within the Federation, if they join up, they will be able to keep the fleet out, and then that way, especially now with us controlling this, the fleets of the Federation members can pass through here, even when they're at war against the Centros. And that will be a great boon for them to join in the fleets, and thus making sure that they can't move their troops through here. And, well, I mean, they can still probably move through here if I give a military access to anyone. But still, I think this is a lot better situation for the entire Federation, now that I control of this. I mean, you know, there might be a little bit of muttering about someone expanding a bit too much again, but actually, let's have a look. How's the army sizes now? Oh, we know of Grombar. They got 90,000 men total. Where is Grombar? Oh, there's Grombar. Interesting. Oh, is that one? Oh, that's the capital, probably. Yeah, that's the capital. Alright. So they're pretty large, but they're mostly to the west. So we don't need to worry about that too much. There's another one over here that is probably fairly large. Oh, that's even larger. Okay. They don't have a lot of manpower, though. They got almost 190,000 men total. That's pretty large. I mean, that would be probably something that could also beat the Centaurs quite handily by now. They don't have any allies, the Centaurs, that is. So that will make them a bit more vulnerable. I mean, they still got fairly large army total. Actually, not that much. They got a lot of manpower, but their army size is like only 18,000. So there's actually a lot of nations within the Federation that could already beat them. So I suppose there's one good thing about the fact that the Federation is still in crisis mode, because that means that no one can try to unite them until I get to that point. Although I suppose, well, I don't think I'll be able to get elected, can I? I got a normal standing, so it's not too bad. I'm pretty sure we've still got a lot of, let's have a look, Federation politics. Share granaries, I suppose that will be fine. A little bit less manpower modifier, but more diplomatic rotation, and... Oh, it's actually this one that likes us more. Good. And if we can increase the standing a bit, like, I'm pretty sure that it's... Wait, what's this one? Total Simplify and Total Colorblind. Okay, let's have a Simplify view. What does that do? Ah, okay, so we can see just the list here. That's actually a lot more useful for us. We can just put it in there. So there's a lot of destroyed nations. There's some with very high standing, not us, which is normal. Part of the Purse faction. There's not... Okay, there's one sword faction that is under foreign occupation. Another sword faction that is high standing. And then 3 more that are normal standing and 1 more that is foreign occupation. But it's mostly Purse faction that is still independent, let's just say. We've done a lot of work on weakening a lot of the others, to be fair. Let's go ahead and get ourselves another manufactory. You can't really have too many manufactories, let's be honest. I suppose there could also be some good workshop locations, like that one could be pretty decent for the salt production. Right, let's go ahead and do a bit of rebel suppression there. Well, you don't really need to do rebel suppression there. It's already covering the entire thing. And then that area. So do we have more force limit for the land? No, not yet. Okay. So we don't have anything guarding this area right now. But I suppose if we were to get a bit more fleets, especially in terms of transport, we could then start, like if we get up to 20 transports total, then we can transport each one of these armies wherever it's needed. So that would allow us to do a lot more. So let's go ahead and get a bit of shipyards here somewhere. Another one over there. Another one over here. I suppose that's all that we have cash for right now. But that should allow us to get the fleet expansion going slightly. It's not going to allow us to get all that much ships yet. But it's going to be an improvement. And we've completed the colony there. Now we've got a colony in here. How much are we making? 17 ducats per month. I suppose we'll just keep it over there for the time being. Do we have... oh, right. We got the local development cost in here. I suppose we don't need that one. I'm just going to put a no edict there. And then I don't think we really have a lot of other edicts going on right now, do we? Not really. Oh, I do wonder, though. Is there an edict for convert... There is an edict for converting things. Where do we have the conversions to be done? I suppose this area definitely has some. So let's just put in the edict there. And then we can do the conversion there. It's slightly easier. There we go. That's going to help. And plus, I suppose we're using maybe slightly less money on the state maintenance. Although it's probably not going to be that big of an impact there. But yeah, we're getting pretty close to 600 development, which is not bad at all. Of course, we're still not a empire by any stretch of imagination. Resources, our production resource flawed. We can probably afford using a bit of prestige for that. And then we can do a bit more buildings with the money that we just got. Ooh, actually, I think, well, I suppose we can't build on any of these yet. But I'm going to build the coastal batteries over here, at least the first level already. So if they try to do a landing for this fort, it's going to be a bit more. Plus, if they have fleets trying to blockade this, it's going to be a bit more fleets needed, and that is going to be good for us, of course. Go ahead and get a bit of a claim over here. So the next war will probably take the other side of this crossing, so we can control it entirely. And of course, we'll also probably take a bit more land over here. Might take that pocket as well. They've got 10,000 men there trying to deal with the rebellion. I'm sure that they'll be fine now. How much troops do they have total? 18. Oh, wow. Yeah, they don't have a lot of armies. We should be getting some shipyards done soon. How many... Okay, so once we get the shipyards, that should fix the naval force limit quite nicely. Yeah, there we go. Now we're going to have another 3 ships if need be. And then army is still a little bit on the downside, but it's fine. Ah, right, no province to build in. We'd have to send this somewhere else. Maybe if we send the fleet down this way for a moment, we can build up the extra transports that we need. I hope we still have at least 1 shipyard on the way. We do. 2, actually. Okay, so we'll be able to build the 5 transports for this fleet quite easily. There we go. It'll take some time, but that will not be an issue. Let's actually go in speed 4, because we don't have that much going on. And there's still a coalition against the Centaurs, which is a bit hilarious. Considering how weak the Centaurs are right now. Well, I suppose there's a lot of truces still, so maybe the coalition cannot be fired? Actually, no, I don't think... No, they can't be in the coalition if we got a truce, so the coalition could probably beat them back now. If they wanted to. The question is, do they want to... Oh, hold on a minute. If you try to get liberation over here, you're wrong. You'll be liberated into my country, of course, but I'm not going to give you independence. I mean, if they get some land over there, then that's fine. But, like, I'm not going to give this canal city at all. Like, this is something that we want to keep. It's a bit of devastated, to be fair, after the previous war. Ah, election. How good is our current ruler? Is that secretive? It's not too bad. We could probably keep that. There we go. We'll get a little bit more monarch points as well. Now we're still getting 18 ducats per month, all things considered. So I'm not actually pretty happy with that. And we'll get some more fur over here. Alright, so this is the center of trade. Oh, that reminds me. Could we make this into a center of trade? Or level 2, I suppose? Oh, it doesn't have enough development. Ah, I see. Let's go ahead and give it a bit of development then, so we could upgrade this if we had the money, which we are going to get in a month. Then we can have a little bit more trade power in here. I mean, we're not the biggest trade power in here yet, but we will be soon enough. Oh, this is not a state yet. Okay, let's make this into a state. Already control some of the area there. Okay, so now we can get the extra trade power in here. Level 2 trade port and all that. We might want to start saving up the cash for the level 3 capital at least. That would make life a lot easier. But I do believe we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.